This has happened to me so many times where I see something in my current reality that I don't like, and I'm like, no, no, thank you. I want it to be this way. And I persist in that way, even if my current reality is showing me the opposite. Being persistent in what I want, getting my subconscious mind on board with, no, we're creating this reality instead. Hey, it's Christine, Manifestation Queen, here to remind you of your manifesting power. Have a really cool manifestation story and has a really good message of how to be limitless. So good. Okay, here's my story. My mom has the worst travel anxiety. She loves to be a homebody. For her to drive, so she lives in Massachusetts. She lives about an hour away from Boston, which, if you're not familiar with Massachusetts, that's our major city in that state. And she lives about an hour away in a small little town. And she just likes staying in her town. And for her to even drive into Boston gives her so much anxiety. Like if she ever had to go there for something, she just likes staying in her little area. And me and my family, my husband, my kids moved 2 hours away, like a plane flight 2 hours away from her. We're in North Carolina. And it's been 4 years and she still hasn't visited us. Thank God for FaceTime and Zoom and all that stuff so that she could actually see her grandkids. I was like, this is ridiculous. She is coming down here. She's going to see my new house. She's going to spend at least the weekend with us. And for years, this went on where she's like, no, I'm not coming. No, I'm not coming. No, I'm not coming. And then finally I was like, all right, it's been 4 years. She's coming down here. And even my husband was like, she is not going to come down here. Everyone around me was like, she's not going. Even she was saying, I'm not going. And I was the only one saying, she's coming. Although, yes, my sister definitely helped. My sister was like, yeah, let's get her down there. So my sister helped and flew to Massachusetts because she was living somewhere else, flew to Massachusetts, got my mom, and the two of them flew down to my house and spent the weekend with us. And it was lovely. And the best part of this is everyone, except for me and my sister, were saying, she's not going to come. She's not going to, even she was saying, I'm not going to come. And I ended up booking her flight for her and paying for her flight and my sister's flight because I really wanted her to come. And as I was booking her flight, she's like, I'm not coming. And I was like, yes, you are. I'm buying your plane ticket right now as you're on the phone with me. And I gave her well in advance, like it was like 3 months advance, so she could take time off from work and figure out all the things that she would have to do in order to get down here. And we had a great time. And one other thing was after I booked that flight, I visualized us going out on our boat and getting some tropical drinks at one of the restaurants at the lake that we lived near. And that happened perfectly. It was like beautiful weather the day they came. My husband ended up taking us out on the boat. We drove up to the restaurant and we got our tropical drinks, and it was lovely. And I envisioned that all before it happened. So actually, I got two messages here. First message is be limitless. When people are saying, no, you can't do that, or no, I don't want to do that, or if someone's not talking to you and you want to talk to them, or anything in your situation where you're like, no, I don't want that. I want this instead. Just be persistent. Yes, you are coming to my house. This is my manifestation. This is my world. I don't care what you're saying. You're coming to visit me. Or just like this reminds me of Abdullah and Neville. When Neville wanted to go to Barbados, Abdullah would say, would slam the door in his face and say, "You're in Barbados," even though the two of them were in New York City at the time. He would kept reminding Neville, "No, you're in Barbados. You are in Barbados. Like, this is your desire. You persist with it, you decide, and you make it happen." And all the things showed up for him where it seemed impossible for Neville to get to Barbados, and it ended up happening, right? This has happened to me so many times where I see something in my current reality that I don't like, and I'm like, no, no, thank you. I want it to be this way. And I persist in that way, even if my current reality is showing me the opposite. Being persistent in what I want, getting my subconscious mind on board with, no, we're creating this reality instead, and persisting in that. And then there you go. So watch even your own mind. Your own mind might say things like, "Oh, it's impossible. I couldn't possibly have that." Watch yourself and say, "No, no mind." Yes, I can have that. And yes, this is my manifestation. This is my life. And this is the way it's going to be. And be persistent in it. Some things might take some time for your subconscious mind to really get on board with that desire. And some things might just happen instantly. There's been times where I've decided this is what I would like to manifest, and it manifested really fast. And there's been times where I keep going back and forth between my current reality and my desired reality. And just, sometimes it takes time to get my subconscious mind on board with, no, 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 we're creating this reality now, right? So yes, be limitless. Who cares what people say? This is your reality. You choose and get to decide what do you want it to be. And then my second point was visioning it before it happened. So I had the vision of me and my mom, my sister, and my husband having tropical drinks at the restaurant, and it played out just like I had it in my head. And I started to read the first chapter of Out of This World by Neville Goddard, and that's exactly what he talks about. That it seems like crazy, right? That we can use our imagination to create scenes, and then they play out in reality. And I haven't read the full book yet, but he goes into like our imagination is somewhat real, right? We're visualizing something. It's in some type of dimension, and then it becomes part of our 3D physical dimension. Isn't that crazy? It seems so natural that I forgot to like think about that. Like our imagination, we project thoughts into some dimension, and then at some point they come into our 3D physical dimension, right? I got to read more of Out of This World. Maybe I'll do some videos. We'll read it together. And we'll start creating all kinds of crazy realities and watch them come into our 3D world. Sounds fun. So don't be limitless. Decide what you want, choose it, be persistent in it. It's all about getting your subconscious mind on board of what that end result is, what that end outcome is, and dwelling in it. Don't worry about how it's going to play out. Neville says you don't even have to lift a finger. The only thing you have to do is live in the end. All the things that are required to get that end result will just play itself out effortlessly. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, I have a phenomenal breakthrough method that helps you shift your perspective really fast within 20 minutes, where you get instant answers and downloads to whatever you're feeling stuck with. It is an amazing method. People love it. They come out of the session feeling so inspired, like the action that they kept saying, I should do this, I should do this. They just like, oh, yes, I'm doing this. This is the new version of me. The action is effortless. They're just living in their end instantly after the session. So if you're interested, link is below. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next video.